These are 10 things you didn't know about Lamin Yamal, the kid being compared to Ronaldo before he's even old enough to drive. He's not just a wonder kid, he's a cheat code walking in real life. From breaking records before hitting puberty, to signing deals that'd make Ballon d'Or winners jealous. This isn't hype, this is history in the making. And trust me, number 1 is something you were never supposed to know. Let's kick it off with number 10. Number 10. He made his pro debut at 15 and skipped exams to do it. While most 15-year-olds are stressing over school tests, Lamin Yamal was making history. In April 2023, he became the youngest player in Barcelona's modern history to debut in La Liga, just 15 years and 290 days old. But here's the wild part. He had to get special permission from his school just to show up to the match. Yeah. Dude literally skipped class to play with legends like Lewandowski. And the next day, back to math homework like nothing happened. That's not just talent, that's main character energy. Number 9. He was playing with 17-year-olds when he was 12. Lamin Yamal didn't just play with older kids, he embarrassed them. At age 12, he was already running circles around players 5 years older in Barcelona's U17 setup. Coaches weren't just impressed, they were straight up confused. Scouts started calling him the mini Messi, but insiders at La Masia were already whispering he might be better. Let that sink in, a preteen outperforming teenagers in one of the world's most elite academies. Yamal didn't wait his turn, he kicked the door down. Number 8. He's already the youngest player to ever assist in a Euro. Most teenagers dream of watching the Euros. Lamin Yamal, he's making history in it. At just 16 years and 338 days old, he became the youngest player to ever register an assist in a European championship. No one, not Mbappe, not Rooney, not even Messi, did it that young. He set up a goal like a seasoned vet, then walked off the pitch, cool as ice. It wasn't just an assist, it was a warning shot to every national team. I'm not the future, I'm the now. Number 7. Barcelona locked him down with a release clause bigger than most countries' GDPs. Lamin Yamal isn't just a rising star, he's a billion-euro asset, literally. When Barcelona saw what they had on their hands, they didn't hesitate. They slapped a €1 billion release clause on him. That's billion with a B, more than the GDP of some entire nations like Bhutan or Samoa. Why? Because clubs were already circling like sharks. Premier League giants, oil-backed mega teams, they all wanted a piece. But Barca said, back off. You want him? Bring a blank check and a spaceship. It's the same clause they used for Messi in his prime. But here's the twist. Yamal hadn't even started half a season in the first team when they did it. That's how much faith they have in him. He's not just the future of the club, he is the insurance policy. And for a team still recovering from financial chaos, betting big on a 16-year-old, that speaks volumes. Yamal isn't just priceless, he's untouchable. Number 6. He's already playing like a left-footed Ronaldo, but grew up worshiping a completely different player. Watch Lamin Yamal for 5 minutes and you'll see shades of Messi, but with the swagger and explosiveness of Cristiano Ronaldo. Left-footed, electric dribbles, ruthless in front of goal. He's out here making grown defenders look like training cones. But here's the plot twist. Yamal didn't grow up idolizing Messi or CR7. His hero was Neymar, the king of flair, chaos, and street-style football. He'd watch Neymar highlights on loop, mimicking the nutmegs, the no-look passes, the disrespect. He once said in an interview, Neymar made football fun. He made it art. And it shows. Yamal plays like he's in a cage match, confident, fearless, unpredictable. But he's blended it with discipline way beyond his years. He's not a copy-paste of anyone. He's cooking up his own style. Think Neymar's sauce, Messi's brain, and Ronaldo's killer instinct, all in one 16-year-old. That's not evolution. That's a football Frankenstein. Number 5. He nearly played for Morocco, not Spain. And it was a full-on battle. This wasn't just a casual decision. It was a full-blown international tug of war. Yamal was born in Spain to a Moroccan father and a Guinean mother. So when he started blowing up at La Masia, Morocco's football federation went all in, calling, visiting, offering him the keys to their future. And honestly, It almost worked. For months, nobody knew which way he was leaning. Spanish media panicked, scouts panicked, even Spain's coach personally called Yamal's family to convince him to stay. Eventually, he chose La Roja and immediately started breaking records. Youngest debutant, youngest goal scorer, youngest assister. But just imagine the alternate timeline. Morocco with Yamal, Hakimi, and Ziyech running wild in attack? We were this close to that reality. Spain won the race, but the world saw how valuable this kid really is. At just 16, he's not just changing club football, he's shifting international power plays. Number 4, he's still living at home, but gets VIP treatment like a global icon. You'd think someone playing Champions League football at 16 would be living in a mansion, driving supercars, and rocking designer fits 24/7, right? Not Lamin Yamal. He still lives at home with his parents in a modest apartment in Barcelona. No entourage, no hype crew. His mom literally walks him to training sometimes. But don't get it twisted. The world around him treats him like royalty. At Barca, he has a dedicated staff to manage his schedule, shield him from pressure, and track his workload down to the minute. On away trips, he gets private rooms, even though most players his age would be bunking up. His social media is handled by professionals, and his diet is monitored like a Formula One engine. Brands are already circling, agents are lining up, and companies are reportedly offering 7-figure deals to sign him as a face of the next generation. But despite all that, he still has to do schoolwork between matches. Yeah, Champions League on Wednesday, homework due Thursday. The world sees him as a superstar, but his family makes sure he stays grounded. And that balance, that might be his real secret weapon. Number 3, he broke a record Messi never even touched. Everyone loves comparing young talents to Messi, but here's the twist. Lamin Yamal already did something Messi never could. In October 2023, he became the youngest player in history to score for Barcelona in La Liga at just 16 years and 87 days. That's younger than Messi, younger than Ansu Fati, younger than basically anyone who's ever worn the badge. And he didn't just tap one in during a dead game. He scored in a clutch match against Granada and dragged Barca back into it with a cold-blooded equalizer. It was composure Messi-like. From someone barely old enough to ride a moped, the media lost its mind. Teammates called it unreal, and La Liga officials had to rewrite their record books on the spot. The scary part, he's just getting started. While Messi was still developing, Yamal is already delivering. It's not a fair comparison anymore, because Lamin Yamal isn't in Messi's shadow. He's casting his own. Number 2, Lamin Yamal almost blew his shot at the big leagues before he even got there. Back in 2022, while still rising through Barca's youth ranks, he was suspended by the club due to disciplinary issues. Yeah, Barca benched their brightest young star. Why? Reports say it wasn't anything criminal or wild, just immaturity. Skipping sessions, late arrivals, clashing with staff, basically acting his age when his talent was operating 10 years ahead. The club made a bold call. No special treatment, earn your spot back. And instead of folding, Yamal flipped the script. He worked harder, trained smarter, and came back with something to prove. A year later, he's starting for Barcelona, breaking records for Spain, making defenders cry on international TV. That moment could have been the start of a downfall, but instead, it became the fire that sharpened him. Every superstar has a wake-up call. That was Yamal's, and he answered it like a future Ballon d'Or winner. Number 1, he might be the youngest player in history with €1 million sponsorship on the table. You've heard of teenage stars getting boot deals, right? But Lamin Yamal is breaking that system entirely. Multiple reports confirm that Nike and Adidas went into a bidding war, not for a senior pro, but for a 16-year-old who hadn't even completed a full season. And we're not talking starter deals, we're talking 7 figures. Adidas reportedly threw down €1 million plus just to lock him down early. Nike, who had him under a youth contract, scrambled to keep him. This isn't marketing, it's chess. Because every brand knows, Yamal isn't just a footballer, he's an era. Gen Z, TikTok, La Masia, international spice. It's all in one package. The dude has barely hit puberty and already has global influence. At 16, most kids get sneakers for their birthday. Yamal? He's negotiating lifetime sponsorships. No player in history, not even Mbappe, not even Haaland, had this level of brand pressure this early. And if you think that's hype, just wait. This kid's career hasn't even started. He's not just the future of Barcelona, he might be the future of football.